who lives in Montana, wrote a letter to be read, and this is the 77 Menor Theater alumni, Ken Bolden, who would like to read it for you all.
I'm a bad actor. I missed my cue, so that was my fault. Mr. J's family has asked me to read this letter from Rob J, who wanted to be here but couldn't make it. He lives in Montana, and it's a beautiful letter, so I did want to share it with you all because it gives a really lovely sense of who Mr. J was. First of all, I'd like to thank all the people involved who made this possible tonight. My dad would have loved to see all of you that made it here for this event. He'd be saying not to make such a fuss over him, but would be getting choked up while he was thanking you for this great honor. From the auditorium at the old high school, Menor Memorial Junior High, to a lecture at the present high school, this was hallowed ground for my dad. Many of my first memories were of play practices, watching him put makeup on actors, and the unforgettable cast parties that many of you participated in. Time doesn't allow enough hours in the day to cover all the stories of all the shows, but one rises to the top in my mind. During the production of South Pacific at the old high school, they painted the island scene on the back wall of the stage because they ran out of scrims for backdrops. It remained there for many years before it was painted over. Many of you were the topic of dinner conversation in our daily life. He was very gracious in acknowledging everyone involved with each production, right down to the Menor Police for providing security at every show. Many of you probably can still hear fundamentals like don't upstage your fellow actors, or enunciate, articulate, and project to the audience. I noticed he didn't pour knowledge into, but rather nurture and cultivate each person's own God-given talent and virtue. My dad loved everything about the arts and theater, but more so for his students through the years. My dad touched the future through each of you. Many of you brought him great joy with your friendship and accomplishments. Please share any stories or memories with his better half, my mom. She would appreciate each and every one of you. During one of my last conversations with my dad, we agreed on something. I used to think that all of you were left with were memories, but I was wrong. Only love remains. He loved all of you who knew him. One fact remains, though. It will take the rest of my life to be half the man my dad was. Thank you, and God bless you for bestowing this great honor for my dad with endless appreciation, Rob J.